Here it is. That makes it easier, eh? We missed the container a little bit. Look at the size of the diffs under here. We've got big ass brakes, big ass shocks, spring holders, flash ass bump stops. You can pump up. There's some big gear under here. And it turns out I needed a 38mm spanner because my shifter, or my crescent, we call them over here, wasn't big enough. Who would have a 38mm spanner? Yeah, because I want it to be covered in petrol.
Gavin, you're smelly.
Oh, I'm very smelly, and I just gave myself a little bit of a shower as I took the container out. Turns out I do. 38mm spanner, look at that. I'll go the right way, guys. Lefty, righty, tighty. Lefty, loosey, righty, tighty. And there's a drain plug. Well, that makes it nice and easy. You wanna know what else, Jace? No. You know that fuel I leaked down there, that I spilt?
Yeah.
Can you see the water sitting in it?
Yeah. Yep.
There's water.
There was water.
There was water. You've all mounted it up?
Mm-hmm.
400 litres going to be enough for it? That looks good. We just tie that out there so it's away from any chance of rubbing on that hose clamp. And proper nuts and bolts is the way to go, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, there is two different kinds of foam, eh?
Yeah.
But it's not actually, what we're actually seeing, we're not seeing this big black stuff falling to bits. It's the actual material of the foam breaking down and doing that slimy stuff.
Yeah.
Because that filter,
It's all dry. It's gone powdery now.
powdery, and you can see how blocked it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, get the vacuum cleaner. Get the vacuum it. You again, with the vacuum, do we want to just delete that bit from, so your missus doesn't see it?
She's seen you use the vacuum.
She's seen you use a vacuum.
Yes.
Buddy truck. So you can go,
My truck. 13 to 18 amps.
what says it's mine? She's taking ownership. We might need to put bigger wires through the whole truck. Because it's drawing 12.5 amps. What are we doing next? We've just fitted a new fuel pump. What are we doing?
Burnouts.
No, we're testing it. We're checking fuel flow.
It runs.
I know, it runs. That must be good, eh?
Yeah.
It must be good. Give me the ladder, give me a jug, give me a screwdriver.
Timer of 30.
We're going to make noise though.
30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Should we doing this? Go out.
Yeah, we're good.
Yep.
Go.
Yep. Is that more flow?
Hell yeah.
I can shoot it off, please. I've run out of jug.
Oh my
I think we might have enough fuel for then.
How long was that?
Like 10 seconds.
Well, 10 seconds I was getting to the top of my jug. We got plenty of fuel flow. There's my jug. I was at 700 in that time. 700 mils in that time. It's like a young man's pee, not an old man with a prostate problem. Okay, 12.5 amps. I think we should investigate the wiring that goes back there, because that is a heap of amp flow, amps draw. Let's warm it up. I'm going to do some skids, check it goes good. Are we in two drive or four drive? I think we might be in two drive. We're in low box. I think it goes right.
Yeah, I reckon. Oh no, those.
It's crop circles. I ain't get in trouble.
Oh no.
Steering would be nice. And Brendan said something about the fuel gauge. Do you remember what he said?
I don't think I was in.
I think it's when it's full, it's empty, and when it's E for enough, and then F for fuck all. It's on fuck all. I put 20 litres in it. We're good.
Perfect. So it's been wired the wrong way around then?
It's because of the aftermarket tank. Something's funny with the cylinder.
Okay.
It's a little bit bouncy. What's your way, chicken? He's a chicken! Don't run over the chicken. Is that chicken left yet?
Yeah.
Goes quite well. I didn't get permission from Brendan to hang the shit out of his truck. Do you think we should have?
Test drive.
Hold on. It's going to get a little bit bouncy. Oh, yeah. I think that goes sufficiently, eh?
Yeah, I reckon. Was this an old quarry?
This is our quarry.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so this is where we come down to play. We're still in two-wheel drive. Our steering is a little bit average, eh?
Yeah.
Goes circles pretty good, eh? This is in two-wheel drive. We haven't put four-wheel drive in yet.
That's crazy.
That's not brutal, but I think. I think that should be four-wheel drive. Yep. I'm reasonably confident we got four-wheel drive in. Got oodles of torque, eh?
Yeah.
I want to go up here. Oh, we'll just go up here.
Yeah, crazy amounts of torque.
There's some water troughs. I don't want to run over water troughs down through here. trouble holding on. It's a little bit bumpy. But trust me, Brendan would drive it way harder than this.
Yeah.
Gonna check this. No chicken and no Jason coming the other way.
You get it on the chicken.
You missing that table?
Yeah. Yeah, keep going. You're all good.
Touch it.
Touch it. Run down to where the join is.
Oh, it's hot.
It's hot. Now we've got a big grunty pump in it. It hammers, like goes really good. But the pumps, the wiring isn't big enough.
So you've changed wiring.
We need to run some big wire.
But it's going good.
Goes good?
And you just don't need cleaning?
I don't think so. Enough.
Brendan was worried about that.
You can see in here, if you look at this basket now, see it's all clogged up?
Mm-hmm.
Like very, very clogged.
It's better, and I don't think it is.
Right, okay. Existing problem.
One side was real hard to turn.
Right.
Like there's a lot more locked one way than there is the other.
Right, yeah. It sort of comes and goes.
Yeah.
Hello, miss. What are your thoughts? You're thinking that's a big ass dip under there. But it goes good though.
LSD front and LSD rear now.
Alright. Very good. That's the water pump going. Turns off and the water pump still runs. Circulates the water. It did skids around the corner in the gravel.
I know, I saw that. It's good fun, eh?
Righto, we're good. We're done. We'll talk to Brendan about wiring.
That actually sounds a lot different, doesn't it?
You think that sounds different? Yeah. How was that?
Hasn't gone like that for a while. So that was on third, just put your foot into it. Oh, actually, I'll leave it on third now, eh?
But we best be careful because this is a good paddock, isn't it? And I'm going to get enough trouble for those marks over there.
Those marks?
Yeah, those ones.
You get
Look, we found the. I found them. I dug up the pipe. Now go this way. Get down the quarry.
Yeah, that's third gear.
It's cold. We don't
Oh
want
no, here he comes. Quick, let's go.
down the quarry.
Just smile and wave.
This way. Yeah. Good. So we've done a little bit of a repair.
A little bit.
A little bit of a repair. We've done a little repair to the fuse box.
Yes.
Yeah, little repair of the wiring to the alternator.
Yes.
Little. We've tried racing the Suzuki twice
Yes. And lost.
and we would have lost. So if it was a race to the best of three, the Suzuki would have won.
Yes.
And then we've done the fuel pump.
Yes.
So we put that big ass Wool Row 400 litre an hour pump in the back.
Yes.
And now we've stressed the crap out of the wiring. The wiring is actually getting a little bit warm. But it is going better. You know, you can actually drive it now, you can actually accelerate. Aerial's down, so we're good.
Yeah. I just want to come through here in two-wheel drive like I was trying to yesterday. Where was that tree that we almost hit? Oh, that one.
It's where you rub the roof.
Like that. Two-wheel drive.
Could you do that yesterday?
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Oh, wait, there's the track that way. Just your lock is not good with the Safari diffs.
No, it's all right. I thought it was going to go that way.
No, we're going to. So you put all the Safari diffs in yourself?
Yes.
You got out the welder and put the nitrogen dampeners in the back and
Yep.
big shocks in it? All the arms? Did you make the arms or were they something you could buy?
No, we made the arms, the front arms are made out of high tensile steel. We just used all factory bushes,
Okay, yep.
so we can just buy everything off the shelf. Off the shelf.
We call that owner made.
Yeah.
What part is that? It's owner made. The owner made it. Yeah, either way. It's a little bit tight in here for a Hilux. This is quite tight through here. You might squeeze with your crappy lock. And the roll, the sliders around the sides, were they on it when you got it?
No.
You put the sliders on as well?
Yep.
Which you're presently using to slide around these trees. Yeah. And how long did you have it as an NA vehicle?
Only about 2 years.
And then you decided to supercharge it?
So I needed resealing after we did all the suspension and diffs and bits and pieces, and then I thought, well, NA's not boring, but it was fine. But I thought, stop it. So we took the supercharger on it. Just as a bit of a laugh. To be honest, before we're driving it, doesn't really need it.
To the left, please. We're going to the A track. We are going to use the A track today. Oh, that was the A track. That's not bad, is it? Possibly need to find a harder A track for you. And we're going to run quite close around this corner because there is a log that'll get your right wheel. And that lot of fern there. And we do have the straight up the hill if you want to attempt up the hill. It is a little bit tight. We went up the other day in the four-wheel drive buggy.
That log?
Yeah, that one. You can see it is worked up a little bit, but it does involve a corner.
How sharp's the corner?
It's just there, it's not too bad. And you've got an LSD, oh, yep, there we go. LSD in the front and in the back.
Yep.
And so that's all Safari LSD gear. You just stock standard Safari stuff, or is it aftermarket?
Oh, it's been Brendanised.
You've attacked it.
Yeah.
We're going up here and to the left. It actually lugs pretty well, eh? This thing, like this.
Oh, it goes right down to almost like stalling, and then it'll just pull away.
So you've been at the diffs and tightened them up a little bit?
Yep.
It's still, at speed, it's still a little bouncy.
Yeah.
I came through here with a little bit of pace earlier.
That's why we tend to let the tyres down for comfort, really, when we're driving.
Yeah. Like through here, it was quite bouncy. I did you can see there's the tyre marks up that hill.
Yep.
Earlier in the day. And how's your fuel economy? Or is that a dirty word?
Huh? It's a weekend truck, so it's relatively average to ball.
Do you remember when it was NA? What sort of economy you got?
To be honest, it's about the same. It's not that much different.
And I found that quite a lot, actually. There's over here, I believe there's some more crop circles.
Oh yes.
I actually climbed up that bank this morning that one over there. I just climbed up there and two-wheel drive. Because there does seem to be crop circles again.
Those are nice ones.
It's good, eh?
They're really nice.
How's my practice? I've been practicing.
That is really, really nice.
That's like almost a perfect circle, eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep. It was like third gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you spell test, isn't it?
Test, yeah.
Yeah.
Your turn. You might want two-wheel drive. So we go up here in the little Suzukis. So a Hilux shouldn't have any problems. I haven't told him that there is actually a turn when he comes out the top. He's still in two-wheel drive. Probably can't do that in two-wheel drive. And you got big tyre pressures. Do you have? Yeah, that was in the glove box. That's for passengers, I presume. I presume that's a passenger safety device. That wasn't challenging enough, was it? We probably need to find the big challenging bits for this thing. Of course, you put your camping gear in the back, lead away for the weekends. That's what it's intended for, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weekend, right? We have been as far as Mangatanoka for a weekend.
That's, for everybody who's watching, that's the middle of nowhere.
There was a brewery involved.
Yep. Is the steering normal?
That pump had a hissing foot back there.
Right.
Those donuts. Like a taxi.
Yeah, so, no, keep going to the fence. So that pump is getting worse?
Yeah.
So we need to do a pump on it. Just get Ronnie to sort it. Just get it,
because I did power steering box because that was starting to leak.
Yes.
And ever since that, it's I have a feeling that obviously the power steering box is bypassing.
Right. There you go. Yeah, I found it a bit funny before. It started off and it was a bit funny, and then it just got progressively. Oh, we could have done an A-track. We don't do the A-track in the Suzukis. Look at this shit handle. This is like, what revs are you doing? Nothing. It's less.
Got down to 1200 then.
Yeah. That's phenomenal, eh? The torque is awesome.
It's really
Like,
good.
the M90s, renowned for just pumping heat.
Well, hang on a minute. I'll get down to 1000 RPM and I'll put my foot down. So that's
But for torque wise,
So that's 1,000 RPM now.
it's actually, and it's actually less than that because your rev count is reading slightly high.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so from a torque point of view, this thing's just a monster. It's lovely.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
And for what you're trying to do with it,
It's bang on.
it's perfect. You go here, we could have bought the rifle and shot it here. And we're going to go up the gully. So this one's a bit of a challenge for some people in the wet, but I don't think this one's going to have any problems. So what are you at? You're about 1500 RPM.
I'm trying to back out of it to go slower for
Just
you.
tractoring, yeah.
So that's 1,100.
And it's still just ticking over.
Yeah, there's plenty.
And there's powder burn right there.
Oh, go up here if you want. See if we can get up here with the tight tyres, eh?
That was quite a steep one, wasn't it?
That's with tight tyres as well.
That's right. The flex, the suspension will set up properly. Plenty of flex, plenty of movement. Just really puts that power to the ground, eh? Head that way and we'll go down the other gully and head back. There's a very pink water trough, isn't it? Very pink ball cock. If you were setting it up again, what would you do? What would you do different?
Longer arms.
Yep.
So arms are quite short. And definitely probably fit a better supercharger and an intercooler.
Yeah.
To be honest. The M90 does produce a lot of heat.
Yeah.
But for we're driving, like, it doesn't, the fans, I don't even know if the fans come on.
Oh, does that 10 kg actually work?
Yeah,
Oh, it's actually come up now.
yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, for we're driving, it just hovers around the 80, 85.
When did you put the radiator on the back? Was that part of the superchargers changes? Or had you done that previous?
That was about the same time. We went up Thompson's track and the radiator got full of mud, the alternator crapped out, the starter motor crapped out, and then so we were just crash starting it and sort of making do.
Yep.
And then it started doing really odd stuff, pinking and running really rough, and we couldn't figure it out. And it wasn't until I got it home
Let's go that way.
that there was so much mud had got around inside the cam belt that the cams had ended up so there's the bottom crank pulley ended up getting so big, so miles out of timing.
Yep. And back to the workshop. Right. So that's when you put the decided radiator on the back.
Yeah.
Gearbox? It's just an R151? Just a surf box, eh?
Yeah.
You haven't rebuilt it, or has it been rebuilt at all?
This one haven't. Nah. The first one.
Oh, you've blown one up.
No, I wouldn't say blown up. It's stuck in third with no drive, so I would say a selector fork is bent, which is relatively common in our series.
Yeah,
so it's not stuffed. It's just needs a bit of
that's why we put new forks in them.
Yes.
Funnily enough, when we do an upgrade, new bearing housings and new forks.
Yeah, which that one will get. So.
And a new thrust washer.
But I think I got this box for $250, and it's done a couple of years now.
Yeah, you'd struggle to get a $250 box for one of these days.
Yeah,
Okay.
they have gone up.
Over here, probably, as I said, you need that new bush. And so the Davies Craig with the radiator on the back, you run the Davies Craig helper.
Yes,
You found that made it a bit nicer
definitely. Yeah.
because you did run it for a while without it.
Yeah, it was just, you had to really watch it. Yeah, you had to really watch it, just be mindful of it all the time. Now you just, every now and again you might look down and see it's, oh yeah,
It's doing its thing.
doing its thing.
Yep, just helping it out along. And you're certainly not scared to sit it on the limiter.
That's what it's for.
The limiter, yeah, for sitting on.
And it sounds great. People actually ask me to now. because they've heard it on the limiter and they go. And sometimes I just like go for a Sunday cruise with the boys, and I'm just idling around, and they said, well, where have you left the limiter at home?
Right.
So yeah, you just...
You will always, it didn't take much encouragement with you on a motocross bike.
No.
So I don't think it'll take much encouragement in a four-wheel drive.
Oh,
you never needed much encouragement.
I definitely fold under peer pressure pretty bad.
Yeah, like, can you please, and you're done.
Yeah, or the quite common one is, you won't do that.
Right. So, you think fuel pump made a difference?
Absolutely.
You think it's improved since quite a while ago?
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not.
That pump's been slowly filling up with crap for a while.
To be honest, I actually want to go and drive it now.
You've got to fix a couple of things, but yeah, you can.
Because I was getting to the stage where it was like, it's just not going the way it should.
Yep.
And it got gradually worse and worse and worse.
Sometimes it just needs another eye looked over it, doesn't it? I do notice too your four-wheel drive is actually wired in a way that I've just done a video on. You haven't seen it yet because I haven't released it, but I just did a video on do not wire your four-wheel drive like this. On a switch like that, just toggle it in, toggle it out.
No, it's got relays. It's done properly.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's actually got relays.
Yeah, like
if you hold it down,
it'll stop.
It'll stop.
Yeah.
Oh, righto.
Never used to be like that.
I have to apologise because right.
Never used to be like that, and the little motor went and folded in itself.
That's what I did in my video. I actually showed it.
Oh yeah.
And I actually did it on the bench, not meaning to.
And the spring inside of it goes ding.
Yeah.
That
so
one.
You fixed it.
Yeah, and they're not hard to fix. It's really easy.
Good.
But I like it so I can put it in a four-wheel drive, or I can leave it in a four-wheel drive and put it in low box and just potcher around.
Yep. Good. Well, I think we've been successful.
Awesome.
I think we've really been successful.
Very, very successful. Very happy.
So if you pop down there, hop down and feel your fuel pump wiring down there.
You got the eggs? Yep, yep.
Was that a little bit warm?
Without swearing. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that heat shrink, see that join is, see that shitty join? The purple wire above it's probably, what are we at? Well, that's okay, but that join, oh, you've got soft fingers from, but yeah, that's, I can't hold it anymore, so
yeah, no,
that's heading on 50 degrees. So
easy.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
it's actually, and it's cooling. It is actually cooling down quite a lot because obviously it's not running at the moment. But yeah, no, it's
so that does need to be done. We put 16 gauge in the tank. Realistically, it probably needs to go up a couple of sizes yet, but it needs actually physically through the fuel tank to be done as well.
Because that was a V6 Surf.
Correct.
Top, which they're not designed for 400 litres an hour fuel pump.
No.
They're not designed for it.
No. I've run like 9 amps up them.
Yeah.
9 amps is fine. 12.5 amps probably isn't fine.
It's getting up there.
It's getting up there, so.
Oh look, we might put fuel in it.
It's on the like all. I did notice. We put that 20 litres in it.
Doesn't go far. But there's the V in the tank.
Yep.
And the sender.
It's right in
So,
there.
so if the fuel is coming up, that means there is you got a bit of reserve in the bottom.
Yep. Cool.
Where all the crap sits.
All right. All good. We're happy now. You can go home. Well done. Thank you. Good to see you again. Thank you for loaning me your wife as my office lady.
That's all right.
Every morning.
She wants to bring it to work, so we can let her bring it to work now.
She can come. She can actually drive. It'll actually come to work now properly. And it'll be good to give it a run every week.
That's the plan. Keep it running.
And it's got a handbrake.
Yes.
So that makes a big difference to being able to drive it to work and actually use it too. And it'll love that drive.
Oh, power steering pump. It's a bit hard on her.
We'll just get her to sort it.
Yeah.
There's one just about done. I normally have one here, but I just sold it the other day. Actually, I sold 2 the other day.
I've been lucky. That's been on the motor 6 years.
Can't complain.
Do
you have a cooler? You don't have a power steer cooler either. I always run a power steer cooler on these things. Anything big like this, I put a
Big
power
wheels.
big wheels, I put a power steer cooler on. Same as we put on like that Hilux over there, a bar one.
And we did see that hydraulic line, pressure line was getting a bit sad.
Yep.
Might
So
be-
could be falling apart inside. So do those couple of things. There, you've got a week and a bit to do that before you go forward driving.
Yes.
You mate. Very good. Cool.